Hello. Sorry we were late, but we were just tuning.
Today's Friday, today's Friday, Friday's fish, Thursday's shepherd's pie, Wednesday's a roast beef, Tuesday's soup, Monday's washing day, is everybody happy? You bet your life we are.
Hello, my darling.
Hello, my darlings, and welcome to Chipp Ahoy here on Smile Radio. As with the last couple of weeks, this has been pre-recorded because of needs for self-isolation and the like. So I apologise, you can't contact me during the show. If you have any requests or suggestions, then please get in touch with us. We're on Facebook, Smile Radio Yorkshire. That's the best place, unless you contact me directly, and I know most people do anyway. And I spoke that very quickly, didn't I? Right, a very varied show, as always. And the first track, it's from Chaz and Dave. It's a story song about boxing. I loathe boxing, can't stand it. But this is quite a poignant track and worth listening to. Yeah, it's called Punchy and the Willa Warbler. Now, to my mind, this is wrong because it's Willer, Willer, and the real name of the bird is willow. But they're talking in Cockneyese, so I'll accept it. They have my permission, which I'm sure they're grateful for. This is Punchy and the Willa Warbler from Chaz and Dave.
Saturday night at Madison Square, in every seat sits a millionaire, for the fight of all time is about to begin. Even the Queen of England's in. Punchy is an old man at his day. That's what a lot of the people say. Willa Warbler's got a good right hand, but he ain't had the experience of the older man. Willa Warbler's mother was poor. His father disappeared in the Second World War. A boxing booth bout broke the Warbler's jaw, but the money he won kept the wolves from the door. Punchy was destined to go far. He won his first fight at Edmonton, Alcazar. He beat the poor boy till on the floor he lay, and he's never looked back ever since that day. Punchy and the Willa Warbler, fighting's the only life they know. Punchy and the Willa Warbler, which one will they ever know? Punchy weighed in at 200 pounds. He said to the newsman, write this down. Give me one round and he'll be on the floor, and the old Willa Warbler won't whistle no more. To the way the Warbler was a-going, he said to the newsman, I got a poem. Punchy by name, but punchy by nature. I'm gonna beat you to a pulp, 'cause punchy I hate ya. Their names were announced when the fighters appeared, but you couldn't hear a thing amid the boos and cheers. Punchy and the warbler gonna finally meet. The whole wide world was on its feet. The crowd was subdued as they dimmed the light. The referee said, I want a nice clean fight. For the very first time they looked each other in the eye. And a strange thing happened, I ain't telling any lie. Their eyes filled with tears and they embraced each other. They both left the ring to meet the warbler's mother. Not a murmur from the crowd as the three walked out the door. The warbler's father had returned from the Second World War. Never know. Punchy, or the willow warbler.
Chaz and Dave there. I played it. I mean, I love the track. I played it because it's so atypical of what you know about them. But yeah, it was nearly 7 minutes, which gave me a chance to do what old men have to do at times. Right, even though the show had only just started. The next track, it's John Hyatt. I play John Hyatt quite often. In fact, almost certainly there'll be another track later on in the show. This is Thunderbird. I'm sure I played this about 3 weeks ago. But it came into my head again on the way to the station this morning. So yeah, this is Thunderbird from John Hyatt.
My Thunderbird, my Thunderbird, put your head on my shoulder, don't say a word, we'll cut across town in my Thunderbird. There's a burial ground beneath a cattle herd. Mr. Henry Ford's building me a Thunderbird. My Thunderbird, my Thunderbird. Put your head on my shoulder, don't say a word. We'll cut across the county in my Thunderbird. We're from Pennsylvania, Welshmen of words. My daddy drove a DeSoto, I drive a Thunderbird. My Thunderbird, my Thunderbird. She's a voice of the future, baby, have you heard? Tomorrow's taking wing on my Thunderbird. My Thunderbird, my Thunderbird. Put your head on my shoulder, don't say a word. We'll cut across town in my Thunderbird. Got electric windows, tilt-away wheels, slide across a bucket seat for that sexy leather feel of my Thunderbird. My Thunderbird. Put your head on my shoulder, don't say a word. We'll cut across town in my Thunderbird. Volkswagen back to the Model T. Why a lot of men have died just so you can ride with me in my Thunderbird. My Thunderbird. She drives like a dream, baby, rest assured. Don't get any better than a Thunderbird. My daddy was a salesman. My brother was too. I would sell anything just to try to stay with you, but not my Thunderbird. Oh, not my Thunderbird. Willie Loman saying something, I can't hear a word. I'm going too fast in my Thunderbird. They make a mile way. Yeah, they make a mile way. Well, they make a mile way. Yeah, they make a mile way. Well, they make a mile way.
I don't wanna wait anymore. I'm tired of looking for answers. Take me someplace where there's music and there's laughter. I don't know if I'm scared of dying, but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, no, I gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in a town to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. Ooh, 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 oh. I've woken up in a hotel room. My worries as big as the moon. Having no idea what or where I am. Something good comes with the bad. A song's never just sad. There's hope. There's a silver line. Show me my silver line. Show me my silver line. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in the town to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take
First Aid Kit there and My Silver Lining. Yes, you might know it because it's on lots of adverts apparently. Yeah, and before that it was John Hyatt and Thunderbird. There will be another John Hyatt track, I have decided. She Loves the Jerk for those who like John Hyatt. The next 4 tracks, count them, 4 tracks, are about the ska, the British ska movement in the late 70s. They're not all two-tone, so I couldn't call it a two-tone special. But 4 tracks from British ska bands. The first is Night Boat to Cairo from Madness. The Specials there, and A Message to You, Rudy, and before that it was Night Boat to Cairo from Madness. The next track is going to be from The Beat, Mirror in the Bathroom. Now, they lost Rankin Roger, their toaster, last year. There were two versions of The Beat touring at the time, Rankin Roger in one, and he performed live on the telly once, not long before he died. The telly station has disappeared. Vintage TV it was, and they were good. Really, I'm not one for live music on the telly. It doesn't come across as well as it should to me. But they were good, and I was hoping to go and see them. So it was more than sad that Roger died. And then following The Beat, it will be The Selector and Too Much Pressure.
Take you to a restaurant that's got glass tables. You can watch yourself while you are eating.
Too Much Pressure there from the Selector, and before that, Mirror in the Bathroom from The Beat. Now, speaking personally, the ska revival of the late 70s was much more exciting to me than the punk era a couple of years before. Just listening to those four, the quality of musicianship was just tremendous. And I'm not a musician at all. I can't play anything, barely the triangle. But you can hear that they're much more accomplished. The songs are better. I know a couple of those were covers, but just a better time for me. Right. You don't usually hear me spouting on about political things, if that's right. In this time of the virus and everything associated with it, you've got people complaining about their stockpiling of toilet rolls and all sorts of stuff. But one of the most, to me, she comes across as one of the most hateful people is Karen Brady. She said that the Football League season should be declared null and void. I wonder why, as West Ham are in the relegation zone. But talking about the other teams, that most of them will survive. Most of them. They should all survive. But she couldn't care less, because West Ham are in the Premier League, and that's the one thing that matters. She forgets that her favourite team used to be Birmingham. What happens to them? But anyway, so she may well be a lovely person, but she comes across as truly hateful. I have a couple of West Ham fans as friends. I know, but sometimes you can't help it, can you? And I'm just going to play this for them. It's a bit of nonsense, and it's not very long, but I'm playing it. It's I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles from the Bonzo Dog Band. That was played as well by the Bonzos as West Ham have played this season. Right, the next two tracks are both featuring David Bowie. First up, it's Pretty Pink Rose from Adrian Belew, which is a duet with David Bowie. Adrian Belew, solo artist, but also played with David Bowie's band for a number of years. And then the second track, it's Hop Frog from Lou Reed off of the Raven album, on which David Bowie provided some of the vocals. So Pretty Pink Rose from Adrian Belew first.
see me, and then it would bog. Don't you know that they call me the hop frog, hopping frog? I'm a hop frog, a hop frog. They call me the hop frog, hop frog. They call me the hop frog. See me in a wood bog. Don't you know that they call me the hop frog, hop frog? They call me the hop frog. See me in a wood bog. They're calling me a hop frog, hop frog. You can see me in the ballroom. You can see me in the bedroom. You can see me in the woods. Hop, hop frog, hop frog. They call me the hop frog, hop frog. They call you the hop frog, hop frog. Well, they call you the hop frog, hop frog, hop frog,
Hop Frog there, Lou Reed and David Bowie off of The Raven. The Raven was a concept album based on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Very good it is in places, a bit pretentious, but then that's Lou Reed. Right, Robert Palmer, Sneaking Sally Through the Alley. When this came out, when the album came out, they were telling you how the publicity people for Robert Palmer's band, was it Ireland, I think it was, had hired the tunnel into Heathrow Airport so they could take photographs. And they said it cost £20,000, which no doubt was a lot at the time, but doesn't seem a great deal these days. And I'm not really sure it was worth it, to be honest, when you look at the pictures. But it's a great album, and that's what counts. Sneaking Sally Through the Alley, Robert Palmer. Sneaking Sally through the alley there, Robert Palmer. Right, the next track, it's Curved Air. I saw Curved Air live a couple of years ago. Apparently they're still touring. I haven't seen anything about them though. Well worth going to see. A good lively gig. This is Jumbo. Jumbo there from Curved Air. Right, the next track, there's a band called Rusted Root. I have played See Me On My Way by them before. I was listening to them this week and this track came on. I've got no idea what it means. It's called Monkey Pants, but I want a pair.
her to death, crying on the telephone. Nights when he drinks at home, she has to whisper through her tears. Johnny, she says, you'd never do these things to me, but I can never make her see he's wasted such precious years. Well, you married the wrong guy is all I ever say. He's a no good so-and-so, but she'll never let him go, though she knows it'll never work. She loves the jerk. She loves the jerk. Well, he was the guy always out on the make. I guess he had what it takes to turn the heads of pretty girls. She thought he would change, the worst of us would settle down, but he couldn't stay out of town, not even with this precious pearl. Now she lives with the lies and the bumps and the bruises. He's a no good so-and-so, but she'll never let him go, though she knows it'll never work. She loves the jerk. She loves the jerk. Well, I hang up the phone and I pretend she's in my arms. What I wouldn't give for just 1/10 of what she gives Mr. Charming. He's a no good so-and-so, but she'll never let him go, though she knows it'll never work. She loves the jerk. She loves the jerk. He's never gonna change. Whoa, whoa, love is strange. She loves the jerk. She'll never let him go. Well, I know. She's never gonna see. She'd be better off with me. She loves the jerk. He's never gonna change. Whoa, love is so strange. She'll never let him go. I know. She loves. She's just never gonna.
John Hyatt's there, and she loves the jerk. Two John Hyatts today. To be honest, you could have a whole show of great John Hyatt tracks. The next track, it's Dire Straits, Southbound Again. This has come from the ubiquitous Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. I still don't know what the real name of him is, or her. I have a feeling it's a him, only because of the requests that they make. It's Southbound Again and a question mark next to it. No, I am not southbound, unfortunately, in the current climate and the having to self-isolate and the like, and my mum is in one of the highly at-risk categories. There's no chance of visiting, so we will not be heading south. But it's a good song.
Southbound again. Don't know if I'm gonna leaving home. Southbound again. Don't know if I'm gonna leave it home. Boys about to keep moving. Seem like the boys by rule. So every single time roll across the rolling river
Dire Straits, there's Southbound Again. The next track, it's Cool for Cats from Squeeze. Dave from Thailand, who you're going to get some songs from him after this one, was saying about Squeeze to me a couple of weeks ago, more likely a month, to be honest. And I said, yeah, I don't play much Squeeze, do I? And then a friend contacted me over the weekend and said there's a new telly channel on Sky, it's 373, now 70s. He said there's a programme of David Bowie and Mark Bolan. When I turned it on, I'd missed it. But the track that came on was this, Cool for Cats. That's got to go in for this. That was my first thought. That's got to go in the show next time.
The Indians send signals from the rocks above the pass. The cowboys take position in the bushes and the grass. The squaw is with the corporal, she is tied against a tree. She doesn't mind the language, it's the beating she don't need. She lets loose all the horses when the corporal is asleep. And he wakes to find the fire's dead and arrows in his axe. And Davy Crockett rides around and says it's cool for cats, it's cool for cats. The Sweeney's doing 90 cause they've got the work to go. They get a gang of villains in a shed up at Heathrow. They're counting out the fivers when the handcuffs lock again. In and out at Wandsworth with the numbers on their names. It's funny how the missus always looks a bleeding sane. And meanwhile at the station there's a couple of likely lads who swear like how's your father, and they're very cool for cats, they're cool for cats. To change the mood a little, I've been posing down the pub. I'm seeing my reflection, I'm looking slightly rough. I fancy this, I fancy that, I wanna be so flash. I'll give a little muscle and I'll spend a little cash. But all I get is bitter and a nasty little rash. And by the time I'm sober I've forgotten what I've had. And everybody tells me that it's cool to be a cat, cool for cats. Disco when I think I've got a pull. I ask her lots of questions as she hangs onto the wall. I kiss her for the first time and then I take her home. I'm invited in for coffee and I give the dog a bone. She likes to go to discos but she's never on her own. I said I'll see you later and I'll give her some old chat. But it's not like they on the TV. When it's cool for cats, it's cool for cats.
Cool for Cats there from Squeeze. And the next three tracks are for Dave Thallen of Thailand. My mate Dave, he sent three requests, very similar vintage. I have to be honest, Dave, none of these three artists would I usually play. First up, it's Cilla Black, Love of the Loved. It's with the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic. That was the only version I could find, Dave. I'm not sure if that's the one you meant. Then it's The Man with the Golden Gun from Lulu, and then it's I Know a Place from Petula Clark. I do always want to call her Petulia Clark, but Petula Clark. So you have three on the trot, Cilla Black, Lulu and Petula Clark.
shop and the store, put the lock on the door. Just get away where
where your worries won't find you. If you like, well, I'll tell you more. Don't let the day get the better of you. When the evening comes, there's so much to do. You better put on your best and wear a smile. Just come along with me a while, 'cause I tell you, I know a place where the music is fine and the lights are always low. I know a place where we can go. At the door there's a man who will greet you. Then you go downstairs to some tables and chairs. Soon I'm sure you'll be tapping your feet, because the beat is the greatest there. All around there are girls and boys. It's a swinging place, a cellar full of noise. It's got an atmosphere of its own somehow. You gotta come along right now, 'cause I tell you, I know a place where the music is fine and the lights are always low. I know a place where we can go. All around there are girls and boys. It's a swinging place, a cellar full of noise. It's got an atmosphere of its own somehow. You gotta come along right now, 'cause I tell you, I know a place where the music is fine and the lights are always low. I know a place where we can go. I know a place where we can go. I know a place where the lights are low. You're gonna love this place,
I Know a Place there from Petula Clark. I hope all's well out in Thailand, Dave. When we last communicated, things weren't too bad in terms of the virus. Hopefully it hasn't got any worse. Right, the Eagles next, The Long Run.
I used to hurry a lot. I used to worry a lot. I used to stay out till the break of day.
the long run there from the Eagles. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why I chose that one, but it's not bad, is it? Right. Next up, you're going to get 2 tracks from Rory Gallagher. Irishman Rory Gallagher seems to have been a bit forgotten, really. Sadly, he was in Taste initially and then went solo. Had some great albums, some great gigs, and these 2 tracks are from his early solo stuff. Tattooed Lady followed by Hands Off.
Tattooed lady, bearded baby, they're my family. When I was lonely, something told me where I could always be, where I could push the penny. If you got any, you'll meet me down at the shoot gallery. You know I'm a fairground baby. Wonder what made me fall for the pearly queen.
Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Lydia, the tattoo lady. She has eyes that men adore so, and a torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Oh Lydia, the queen of them all. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it, the wreck of the Hesperus too. And proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La la la.
Tell you lies like 1 and 1 is 2. Let them call around and tell you that I'm not right for you. Hands on. You're gonna hear me saying hands on. Things sure need some changing. Hands on. You'll all be much better off then. Anyone can tell you lies like 1 and 2 is 3. They won't call around and tell you that you weren't made for me. Hands on. I've had enough interrogation, hands on. Do you hear what I say? Hands on. Now do you need persuading, hands on. I've had enough interrogation, hands on. Do you hear what I say? peaceful man. Now, as a general rule, that's the way I'd like to keep it. If I had to choose, head down. Now, here's the situation, hands on. My girl needs consideration, hands on. Did you hear what I say? People that are writing until the ink turns green, tried to ruin my reputation, sell it to a magazine, hands on. Now here's the situation, hands on. My girl needs consideration, hands on. You'll all be better off things. Hands on. Now here's the situation, hands on. My girl needs consideration, hands on. Did you hear what I say? Hands on.
Hands Off there from Rory Gallagher, and before that, Tattooed Lady from Rory Gallagher. The next track, it's The Small Faces, All or Nothing. Yeah, there's something about The Small Faces. There are tracks and albums that I really like, and then others that pass me by. I don't know why, but I do like this one. All or Nothing, Small Faces.
To my reasoning, but now I see you don't hear a thing. Trying to make you see how it's got to be. Yes, it's alright, all or nothing. Yeah, yeah, all or nothing. Come on. Could work out just like I want them to. Yeah. If I could have the other half of you, yeah. You know I would. Ha, yeah. If I only could. Yes, it's all or nothing. Oh yeah, all or nothing.
All or Nothing there, The Small Faces. The next track, it's by Los Lonely Boys. They've got some really good stuff out. This is the one that I first heard on the radio, but there is some good stuff amongst it. But I thought this one, not really topical. This is called Heaven.
Tell me
Police there and Peanuts. Right, the next track is All Good Things for the Weepies. Don't know much about the Weepies, but I know this is a good one.
Not sure where to go, everybody I know says I'm too forgiving. And now that I'm gone, I don't wanna move on, I just keep living. All good things, oh I wish you all good things come to an end. All good things, oh I wish you well. Lost inside of my head, empty side of the bed. I feel this place without you. I keep pushing the bruise, cause I don't wanna lose what I love about you. All good things, oh I wish you all good things come to an end. All good things, oh I wish you well. I could think of a million ways you proved you weren't the one. So live inside of your shades of gray and never mind the sunshine that I'll find. I got so much space now, I got a whole house with the wind blowing through. I don't need somewhere to hide, I got this whole world inside. I was accustomed to showing you all good things. Oh, I wish you all good things come to an end. All good things, oh, I wish you well. All good things, oh, all good things, oh, all good things, oh, I wish you well.
All good things there from the Weepies. Right, we're in, I say, strange times, and as Jim Morrison said, people are strange.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Alright, yeah. When you're strange, strange.
The Doors there, and People Are Strange. Right, the next track, I played The Modern Lovers, Jonathan Richman, about a month ago. I'm playing this one now for their first album. This is I'm Straight.
I called this number 3 times already today, but I got scared. I put it back in place. I put my phone back in place. I still don't know if I should have called up. Look, just tell me, why don't you, if I'm out of place. 'Cause here's your chance to make me feel awkward and wish that I had never even called up this place. I saw you though today, walk by with hippie Johnny. I had to call up and say how I wanna take his place. So this phone call today concerns hippie Johnny. He's always stoned. He's never straight. I saw you today, walk by with hippie Johnny. Look, I had to call up and say I wanna take his place. See, he's stoned, hippie Johnny. Now get this, I'm straight, and I want to take his place. Now look, I like him too. I like hippie Johnny. But I'm straight, and I want to take his. I said, I'm straight. I said, I'm straight. I'm proud to say. Well, I'm straight, and I want to take his place. Now I've watched you walk around here. I've watched you meet these boyfriends, I know, and you tell me how they're deep. Look, but I think if these guys, if they're really so great, tell me why can't they at least take this place and take it straight? Why always stoned like hippie Johnnies? I'm straight, and I want to take his place. I'm certainly not stoned like hippie Johnny is. I'm straight, but I want to take his place. I said, I'm straight. I said, I'm straight. I'm straight, and I want to. All right, all you want to look. What is it? I'm straight. Tell the world now. I'm straight. That's it. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm straight, and I want to take his place.
I'm Straight there, The Modern Lovers. Right, the next track, the penultimate track, it's See No Evil from Television, a band I saw once with Patti Smith at the Brixton Academy. It's sad they didn't make it any bigger than they did, but I think they peaked with their first album, and this is off the first album, and it's See No Evil. Television there and See No Evil. Thank you for listening to Chipp Ahoy here on Smile Radio. I hope you've had a good time. Very few mistakes from me this week, which is unusual. As I say, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time, hopefully. Ta-da!